Hello everyone, welcome to your partner in education, Agile Rank Mate. Today, in this episode of Keam Crash Course, we're going to be looking at some sample questions in the subject of mathematics. Mathematics is one of the three subjects that will be asked in the Keam exam along with physics and chemistry. And math is quite a hassle for many people, so therefore we're going to be looking at some questions of mathematics. Let's start off. Here's our first question. The domain of the function f given by fx equals under root of x minus 1 is closed interval minus infinity to infinity, closed interval 1 to infinity, open interval 1, closed interval infinity, open 0, closed infinity, closed interval 0 to infinity. So how do we solve this question? Well, the function that we have is f of x equals to x minus 1. Now, whenever you have anything under a root, that part cannot be negative for real values. So, for example, if you have under root of minus 1, then that's basically the imaginary number I, and every other imaginary number is a multiple of I. So, therefore, we need to make sure that the value of x minus 1 does not be equal to 0. So x cannot be equal to, technically it can be 0 because under root of 0 still gives you 0, but x minus 1, if it's equal to 0, then x equals to 1. So therefore the least value of x that's permissible in this function for a real number is 1, and the maximum value can range up to infinity. So looking at the function, we can determine that the domain of f of x turns out to be under root of, the domain of f of x turns out to be open interval 1, closed interval infinity. Because we don't know the infinite value. It can go up to any value, but it does not include infinity. So therefore, for under root of x minus 1, the least value is 1, and the highest value can be any number before infinity. So therefore, the domain is open interval 1, open 1, closed infinity. So therefore, option C turns out to be the right option. All the other options are incorrect because B says closed interval 1, so therefore 1 is not included. However, even if you add 1, it's still a real function. So option B is incorrect. Option A, minus infinity to infinity. Again, negative values don't count here because of the root. Under 0 does not count because, again, that will also make it under root of minus 1. Similar story goes for E. We need to include 1, so therefore 1 to infinity is the right answer. 1 to infinity, open 1, and closed infinity. That is. Now, let's look at this question. F of x is minus 2x squared plus 1. G of x is 4x minus 3. Find out the value of g of f times 1. So basically, g of f here represents inserting one function as the value of another function. So g of f would turn out to be g of f of x, which is equal to g times, and inside the bracket you'll put in the value of the function f, which is minus 2x squared plus 1. Now we'll put this bracket as the x value for g, the function g, so therefore 4x minus 3 here would turn out to be 4 times minus 2x squared plus 1 minus 3. 4 times minus 2 is minus 8. 4 times 1 is 4, minus 3. So therefore, minus 8x squared plus 1 is the value of g of f of x. Now when you put the value of x as minus 1, we get minus 8 times minus 1 squared plus 1. Minus 1 squared is 1, so therefore you have minus 8 plus 1, which is equal to minus 7. So therefore, if you look at the options, it's clear that option D is the right option. Option E is incorrect. Options B and A are incorrect because the numerical value is different. Option C is incorrect because the sign is different. It says positive 7 when negative 7 is the right answer. Moving on. Let A and B be finite sets such that n of A minus B is 18, n of A intersection B is 25, n of A union B is 70. Find out the value of n of B. Is it 52, 25, 27, 43, 45? Now we have various sets here. We have the number of elements in each of these sets. We need to find out the number of elements in the set B. Now we know that A intersection B is 25, A union B is 70. But we're also given that A minus B is 18, n of A minus B, that is. So how do we find out n of B? Well, the formula for n of A union B is, the most common one is n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. However, there is also another formula that we can use. N of A minus B plus n of A intersection B plus n of B minus A, which is basically the same thing as n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. So what we're going to do is we're going to find out n of B minus A from this particular formula. So n of B minus A turns out to be n of A union B minus n of A minus B minus n of A intersection B. So let's plug in the values. A union B is 70, A minus B is 18, A intersection B is 25. 25 plus 18 gives you 43. And 70 minus 43 is equal to 27. So this is the value of n of B minus A. Now, if you were to draw the Venn diagram, you would understand what I'm talking about. Let's suppose this is A and this is B. This sliver right here is A intersection B. And both of these concentric circles together is what we call A union B. Now, this bit here, the one that's unmarked and present in A, is what we call A minus B. And this bit right here is what we call B minus A. So it's the elements that are in B, but not in A. That's what we call B minus A. So if you want to find out the value of B, you need to find the number of elements in B minus A, add them to the number of elements in A intersection B. So that's what we're going to do here. N of B is equal to N of B minus A plus N of A intersection B, which is equal to 27 plus 25, and that will be equal to 52 if you add it up. So therefore, as you can see, option A is the right option. Option B is incorrect because that's the value of A intersection B. Option C is incorrect because that's the value of N of B minus A. 43 is incorrect because that's the combined value of A minus B and A intersection B. So 43 would be actually N of A and not N of B. 45 is also incorrect. The right answer is option A, 52. Next question. In a group of 100 people, 80 people can speak Malayalam and 60 people can speak English. Find the number of people who can speak English only. So technically we will have to use a Venn diagram here. So we have an external set, which denotes the universal set. And then we have two sets, Malayalam and English. Let's represent them by M and E respectively. Now, it is shown that 80 people can speak Malayalam. So the value of M, the total number of elements in M, is 80. The total number of elements in E, likewise, is 60. But as you can see, there is an overlap between the two values. You can see that from the given values itself. 80 plus 60 is not 140. 80 plus 60 is 140, but it's not 100. So N of A union B is 100. N of A is 80. N of B is 60. So N of A intersection B, which is the number of elements in that intersection, would turn out to be 100 would turn out to be N of A plus N of B minus N of A union B, which is 140 minus 100, which is equal to 40. So now we know that the value here is 40. So we need to find out the number of people who can speak English only. English only turns out to be the number of elements in the set E minus B. That is, people who are present in E but not in B, which is equal to the total value of E, which is 60, minus the intersection, which is 40. So therefore, the number of people who can speak English only turns out to be option C, 20. Of course, you didn't have to go through all of this, because since you know that 80 and 60 cannot be added to form 100, so therefore 20 would be speaking English, and the rest of the 40 people who can speak English would be speaking a mix of both. So therefore option C is the right option. Option A is incorrect because that's A intersection B. Options B, D, and E are incorrect because the numerical values are different. Once we've calculated the value from N of A union B, we know that we've found out that the correct number of people who can speak English only is 20. Now let's look at the final question for the day. Star is a binary operation defined by A star B equals A by B plus B by A plus 1 divided by AB. And this is for positive integers. We need to find out the value of 2 star 5. Well, let's replace A by 2 and B by 5, and we will find the answer. So 2 star 5 turns out to be 2 by 5 plus 5 by 2 plus 1 upon 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. And it turns out over here 10 is the LCM, so therefore we can take 10 in the denominator. 2 times 2 gives you 4. 5 times 5 gives you 25, and then there's a 1. So 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 25 is 30. So 2 star 5 is 30 upon 10, which is equal to 3. So therefore option B3 is the right option. Now that concludes this episode of Keam Crash Course. We hope you found this episode interesting. For more of our useful and interesting content, don't forget to subscribe to Agile Rank Mate, your partner in education. If you want to watch more videos of Keam Mathematics or other subjects in the Keam exam or other examinations related videos, then please don't forget to hit the bell icon present below the video. So until the next webisode, take care, stay alert, bye-bye for now.